General Hospital spoilers reveal that the General Hospital fan community is in deep mourning with the news that Jay North, one of the faces most closely associated with the long history of this legendary soap opera, has passed away at the age of 73. North, who left an indelible mark on audiences with his emotional and authentic performances, peacefully passed away in his sleep at his home, surrounded by loved ones and family. Before joining the General Hospital family, Jay North was widely known for his role as Dennis the Menace in the 1960s television series of the same name, a role that made him a pop culture phenomenon. However, it was his role in General Hospital that allowed North to showcase his incredible acting depth and talent, playing a complex character with multiple layers of emotion, making viewers both despise and deeply empathize with him. During his time with General Hospital, North became an integral part of the production family, beloved by his colleagues for his professionalism, kindness, and rare humility in the entertainment industry. Those who worked with him remember North as a devoted mentor, always ready to share his experience and support young actors. Maureen Bernard, North's longtime co-star on General Hospital, expressed her grief in a heartfelt post. Jay was not only a talented actor but also a true friend. He taught me not just about the craft of acting but also about how to live a life worth honoring. The General Hospital stage will never be the same without his warm presence and signature laughter. Frank Valentini, the executive producer of General Hospital, also offered his condolences. Jay North embodied the spirit of General Hospital, a talented storyteller, a dedicated colleague, and a sincere friend. His legacy will continue to live on, not only through his excellent work on screen but also through the lives he touched throughout his remarkable career. Beyond his acting career, North was known for his charitable work and efforts to protect the rights of children in the entertainment industry. After facing challenges as a child actor, North dedicated much of his later life to advocating for reforms to better protect young stars from exploitation and abuse in the industry. North's funeral will be a private ceremony for family and close friends. But the General Hospital production team has announced that they will hold a special memorial service to honor his life and career. Additionally, a tribute episode is being planned, where North's character will be appropriately honored, reflecting his significant impact on the show. As news of Jay North's passing spreads, fans from around the world have shared their favorite memories and tributes on social media, proving that his legacy will continue to live in the hearts of those who loved General Hospital. From those who followed him from the early days to new fans, all are united in grief and gratitude for a star who brought joy and inspiration to many generations. Jay North played the role of Al Barker on General Hospital, a character that left a lasting impression in the complicated history of this longest-running U.S. soap opera. With his subtle and compelling performance, North transformed Al Barker from a minor character who was meant to appear only in a few episodes into a memorable figure who contributed to shaping important storylines in Port Charles during the 1980s. The recent story about Jay North's passing has sparked one of the new pivotal events for the longtime General Hospital fan community. The news of his death not only marks the loss of a talented actor but also signals the end of an era, a final connection to the golden age of the show that many still long for. For fans who have followed General Hospital since the 1980s, this news feels like the loss of a part of their collective memory, a piece of the show's living history they have been tied to for decades. A new shift is emerging in how the current General Hospital community, which includes the actors, production team, and fans, must honor the legacy of a star from a different era of the show. In the age of social media and streaming, many younger fans of the show may not be familiar with North's work, creating a challenge in fully and accurately remembering his contributions. The General Hospital production team is currently considering how to appropriately honor North, not only for fans who knew and loved him but also to introduce his work to a new generation of viewers. Jay North made a strong impact on General Hospital through his portrayal of Al Barker, a character who became the centerpiece of one of the show's most memorable storylines. The 1982 storyline involving North's character laid the foundation for many subsequent stories and even continues to influence current plotlines. North's ability to turn a villainous character into a complex human being with understandable motives set a standard for the show's gray characters, not entirely heroes nor entirely villains, but real people with complex choices. This is proving to be a truly heartfelt outpouring within the General Hospital community as fans and former colleagues share memories and stories about North on social media platforms. These posts focus not only on his acting talent but also on his kindness, generosity, and professionalism off-camera. Veteran General Hospital actors like Jeannie Francis and Jane Elliott have shared touching stories about working with North, highlighting the positive impact he had on those around him. A special memorial is being planned at the General Hospital, set at Prospect Studios, where current and past cast and crew members will gather to honor North's legacy. Part of the set will be named in his honor, the J. North Memorial Corner, to ensure his contributions to the show are never forgotten. Additionally, a scholarship in his name is being established to support young actors pursuing careers in acting, reflecting North's dedication to mentoring the next generation. As General Hospital continues to air, bringing new storylines to viewers, J. North's absence will be deeply felt, not only by those who worked directly with him but also by those who saw Al Barker as an integral part of the rich history of Port Charles. His death marks not only the end of a chapter in the history of General Hospital, but also a reminder of the lasting power of the show in creating characters and actors that audiences will remember for decades. J. North was a talented actor, and the legacy he left behind is truly making the General Hospital fan community engulfed in deep emotion. North's incredible career, especially his complex role as Al Barker in the series, left an indelible mark in the history of American television. His subtle acting ability transformed a character initially meant to appear only briefly into an essential part of the General Hospital storyline, creating memorable moments that fans still recall decades later. One of the new shifts underway is how news of the actor's death is spreading and creating a ripple effect throughout the General Hospital community. From online forums to social media groups, from longtime fan conversations to tribute posts from colleagues, North's passing has truly become a collective remembrance phenomenon. Hashtags commemorating him are appearing everywhere, and clips of memorable moments featuring Al Barker are being widely shared, allowing both new and old fans to relive North's extraordinary acting talent. The General Hospital production team has quickly adjusted their production plans to include a special tribute scene for North, a rare move for an actor who had not appeared on the show for many decades. This reflects the profound and lasting influence North had on the show, as well as the respect he continues to receive from those who create General Hospital today. North's passing is also sparking a wave of nostalgia for the golden era of daytime soap operas, when characters like Al Barker truly became a part of daily life for millions of Americans. Many fans are sharing not only about North and his role but also about how General Hospital has connected families and communities for decades, creating shared memories and cultural touchstones. As news of North's passing continues to spread, the television world has lost not just a great talent but also an important piece of American pop culture history. However, through the shared memories, archived scenes, and undying love from fans, J. North's legacy and his character Al Barker will continue to live on in the hearts of those who love General Hospital, and in the very DNA of the show that helped shape his career. Returning to GH, the storyline of General Hospital is truly exploding as Sonny is blackmailed by Ava Jerome regarding evidence of Christina's criminal activity. Ava, with her inherently calculating nature, holds irrefutable evidence of Christina's sabotage of Rick's car brakes, and now she is using this information as leverage against the Corinthos Empire. This confrontation is not just about money, but about power, influence, and especially their shared custody of Avery. One of the new obsessions in the developing counterattack by Sonny is forming as he refuses to bow to Ava's pressure and threats, rather than yielding and paying the ransom as he normally would. Sonny is developing a comprehensive defensive and counteroffensive strategy. He has started collecting information about Ava's shady business dealings, especially her suspicious art transactions at her gallery. Meanwhile, Sonny is also trying to turn public opinion against Ava, portraying her as a ruthless extortionist exploiting a family tragedy for personal gain. The calculated moves are truly heating up as both Sonny and Ava continually adjust their tactics. creating an intense intellectual battle unlike anything Port Charles has seen before. Sonny, who usually handles issues with force and direct threats, is now employing more sophisticated strategies, including infiltrating Ava's organization to gather inside information. Ava, realizing Sonny is not the easy opponent she thought, is raising the stakes. She's not just threatening to expose Christina's crimes but is preparing to release information that could bring down Sonny's entire empire. The pressure is mounting as this battle broadens, pulling in other characters into the whirlwind. Carly, though no longer Sonny's wife, is involved to protect Christina, whom she considers her daughter. Jason, ever loyal to the Corinthos family, is torn between protecting Christina and ensuring justice for Elizabeth, who was harmed in the accident. Alexis, caught between her role as Christina's mother and as a law-abiding attorney, is facing some impossible choices. And Christina, at the center of the storm, is beginning to realize that her actions not only have consequences for herself but are dragging her entire family into a dangerous war. This is showcasing the increasingly chaotic shifts in Port Charles dynamics, where old allies become enemies, enemies find common ground, and moral boundaries become increasingly blurred. Nina, with her complicated relationships with both Ava and Sonny, is being drawn into the conflict and forced to choose a side. Nicholas, as Ava's ex-husband and linked to the powerful Cassadine family, is also becoming a key player in this power struggle. And Drew, with control of Aurora Media, could become the deciding factor in which way public opinion swings. As tensions rise and both sides refuse to yield, Port Charles is on the brink of an all-out war that could permanently change the town's nature. Sonny, who is used to controlling every situation, is now facing the greatest challenge of his career, not from a business rival or an opposing mafia family, but from a woman determined to protect her and her daughter's interests at any cost. And in this war, no one can predict who will be the final victor, or what Port Charles will be left with when the storm clears. Josslyn is truly finding a new storyline for herself as she becomes entangled in the complex web of tension surrounding her interactions with Brennan. What initially seemed like innocent meetings between her and her mother's new boyfriend is now taking on disturbing overtones as Josslyn begins to notice oddities in Brennan's approach towards her. Lingering stares, overly personal questions about her life and relationships, and especially the way he, coincidentally, appears in places she frequents are creating an increasing sense of discomfort. One of the new shifts unfolding is how Josslyn must balance her instinctive wariness with her desire not to hurt her mother. Carly is clearly happy in this new relationship, a rare thing after years of turmoil and loss. Each time Josslyn considers voicing her concerns, her mother's smiling face pops into her mind, causing her to question if she's overreacting. This has led Josslyn to begin adjusting her own behavior, avoiding one-on-one situations with Brennan, always ensuring there are others around when he's present, and even changing her daily schedule to minimize the chance of, coincidentally, encountering him. A new obsession is forming in Josslyn's mind as she begins noticing small details about Brennan that she might have overlooked before. His repeated mentions of Carly's past with an almost obsessive interest, his subtle positioning between Carly and her loved ones, and particularly how he seems to always know details about Josslyn's plans and activities without her sharing them. These things, when considered separately, might seem harmless, but when put together, they paint a troubling picture of a man who might be trying to control or manipulate the Corinthos Jacks family. A new shift in how Josslyn views her role in the family is also emerging. Once a young girl who sought support and protection from her parents, Josslyn is gradually becoming the protector of Carly. She's starting to feel a sense of responsibility to investigate Brennan to ensure her mother isn't falling into a potentially dangerous relationship. This new maturity has led Josslyn to reach out to Jason, whom she knows will always prioritize Carly's safety, no matter what difficult emotions that might stir. This is showcasing Josslyn's growing obsession with uncovering the truth about Brennan. She's begun documenting every suspicious interaction, taking photos of their coincidental meetings, and even researching his past through online resources. Josslyn has uncovered some important information, gaps in Brennan's background, questionable business relationships, and a troubling pattern of past relationships with women who, like Carly, are independent, successful, and often have complex histories. One of the new shocks Josslyn faces is discovering a potential link between Brennan and some of her family's old enemies. During her investigation, she found an old photo showing Brennan talking to Cyrus Renaud, an archenemy of the Corinthos family. While the photo doesn't necessarily prove a conspiracy, it's enough to raise serious concerns in Josslyn about Brennan's true motives in approaching her mother. This shock has propelled Josslyn to dig deeper into her investigation, even if it means putting herself in potentially dangerous situations. Josslyn's obsession with protecting her mother is intensifying as she begins to take bolder actions. She secretly follows Brennan when he leaves Carly's house late at night, witnessing him meeting with mysterious figures at the Port Charles docks. She hacks into his email using skills she learned from Spinelli, discovering suspicious exchanges about a Port Charles plan and approaching the Corinthos family. And perhaps most dangerously, she starts creating situations to test Brennan, to see if he reacts in the way a man truly in love with Carly would. As Josslyn continues to dig deeper into Brennan's secrets, she's putting herself in greater and greater danger. If Brennan truly is a threat with dark motives towards the Corinthos family, Josslyn's curiosity could place her directly in the line of fire. And if she's right about him, not only Carly but the whole family could be facing a threat they don't even know is there. Meanwhile, Brennan seems to have begun noticing the change in Josslyn's attitude. Her suspicious looks, how she always keeps her distance, and especially her increasingly direct questions about his past are impossible to ignore. This has led to a subtle confrontation between them, a battle of wills that neither of them is openly acknowledging, creating a tense situation full of potential danger for everyone involved. As Port Charles continues to revolve around its schemes and secrets, Josslyn is slowly becoming the only voice warning about a danger that only she can see. Will she be able to convince others of the threat Brennan represents before it's too late, or will she be seen as a jealous young girl upset by her mother's new happiness? And more importantly, is Josslyn's instinct correct, or is Brennan simply a man genuinely in love with Carly?